Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for my client Robbie's second vlog. And for those of you who followed Robbie's channel, he's been a longtime client. I've had him coming right up on 2 years. You know, we're at something like 22, 23 months. We're getting close to the 2 year mark. And you people saw his transformation. He's gained 40 pounds. He was rail thin, sub 200 pound squatter. And, this is where we have him now. So one of the things that people will notice, and it's, as I mentioned it before, he has a lot of tendon issues, has a lot of joint issues. And in my experience, it's oftentimes common for guys who started very underweight. He had a below average BMI, okay? Very underweight. We put a lot of size on him. A lot of people are like, wow, you literally tripled the size of his legs. Yes, we did. But he still has tendon issues. He has certain problems. And I'm sorry some of these files got a little bit out of order, and that's okay. But you guys can see the sheet at the start to see his routine. But he does a lot more specialty bars when we have to. So he'll use the cambered bar. He'll use the buffalo bar for benching. And again, a lot of it has to do with the fact that he gets areas that hurt. And this lets us cause him to not hurt. He generally close grip benches because his shoulders tend to hurt. Right? He can overhead press fine, but a lot of chest presses have historically been a problem. So sometimes the football bar feels a little better because he can grip it better. So an axle bar probably would too. They seem to de-stress his shoulders. He has also used a football bar for certain phases. And so he has these different bars. And it's one of the things I point out with specialty bars. Specialty bars are really useful for people who are slightly beat up. Now in his case, it's because, again, some inflammation issues. So we have some possible digestive issues for him. One reason he was a hard gainer. There could be some malabsorption of vitamins. But usually we find with people who are really, really underweight, what happens? What happens? Well, they oftentimes do have weaker joints and tendons. People say, but shouldn't they catch up? They should in theory. But when we gain as much strength and muscle as he has in 2 years, it's hard to keep them fully caught up. They may need another couple years to get caught up, as his gains slow down a little bit. And also for those curious who are like, well, is he still bulking? Yeah, we're still bulking. I mean, look at what you see with even the stomach and stuff now. This is almost 2 years into a bulk. He's still not fat. He has no trouble cutting. In fact, he's had before some weeks where he got stressed for a couple of weeks and underate by accident and lost something like 5 pounds or like 4 kilos by accident. So anytime he wants to cut later, all he'll have to do is stop tracking his food and just try to eat protein, and he'll lose weight rapidly. Not a problem. So what do his squat days look like? We do squats. We do a peak set. And he had a good week with squats. He got on his 1+ set, he got 6 reps. Okay, so we're in a very good place there because it was over 140 kilos. So that's past 3 plates. All right. Benching was a little rough. He only got 3 reps. Overhead press, he got 5. Deadlift, he got 6. And he got 6 reps with about 2.5 plates. If we were to do the math, because we're running his training max at 205, did 95% of that. Well, that's whatever, 190 kilos for 6. Not bad. Not bad for 2 years. So, again, what do his days look like? Well, squat day, we do that with the squats, and he tends to use the cambered bar. We do like a split squat or really almost like a reverse lunge, whichever he's comfortable with, because that's really like a reverse lunge with a safety bar. We do hanging leg raises. Bench day, he does, our normal type progression we ramp to a heavy set, then we do 5x10. All right, that's what we do. And he does pull-ups. He does flat dumbbell presses, and then he does barbell curls. Now, sometimes he goes to another gym for the back half of his workout. He has both a home gym and he has a gym membership. So he'll sometimes split it up. Like if I have dumbbells and other stuff, he'll do all that at the gym. Okay, his overhead press day, we do the same thing with the press. We do pull-ups, we do curls, we do band press downs for his triceps. All right, and that's how we treat it, and it works. Deadlift day, really all we do is deadlift and hanging leg raise. Now, I used to have him do a lot more good mornings. At the moment, it's not necessary for us to do them because we get enough posterior chain work. With what he does, there's a lot of glute work. Deadlifts and hamstrings have never really been a weakness for him. So we get enough from the deadlifting for him. As you guys can see there, if we're doing some of the other supplemental work, you see his pull-ups. And yeah, his pull-up bar at home, he tends to hit his head on the ceiling. He's tall. Ceiling is short. He also can't overhead press inside at home. It's a problem. He hits the ceiling. So we can't do that. He has to go outside if he does it at home. So, he'll tend to do those days at the gym. Now, sometimes what you see is if he's going to go to the gym later that week, he'll switch his supplemental work, his overhead press supplemental work he'll do at home, and then he'll do the bench supplemental work, accessory work like the dumbbell presses and stuff at the gym. So you will see him do that sometimes, and it just has to do with we have to be flexible with what he's doing. Now, next week we have a deload, and I had to remind him, hey, we need deload footage because we're running a vlog. So because the deload is part of your training. Because I've had a bunch of my clients do that. I give them a deload and they're like, well, I didn't film because I didn't think we're vlogging. I'm like, if we're vlogging, the deloads need to come up, guys. Like, why would you think we don't count the deload weeks? If we have an active vlog for you, I'd like to see that. And a lot of my people have a habit of doing that no matter what I tell them. Hopefully Robbie will be different. I think he will. But, again, there he's doing chins on this one. And I don't mind him alternating the neutral grip and overhand grip and so on and so forth, and underhand grip. I don't mind him alternating. It's fine with our chin-ups and pull-ups to some extent if we want some variation, particularly with someone like him who has some shoulder issues and inflammation. Just to find what's comfortable that day, avoid overuse. Of course, then, like I said, on his deadlift day is very simple. We ramped to our peak set, and he got something like, whatever it is, 185, 190 kg. I need to do the math, but he got 6 reps. So we're in a real good place there. And then afterwards, we do the other. Now, people say, is that enough hamstring or posterior chain work? Well, for him, it is. All right? For him, it is. Because he's good at deadlifts. Right? He tends to need more quad and adductor and stuff for squatting. Upper body tends to lag. Chest tends to lag because it's very hard to train his chest. All right? It's very hard to train his chest, but the backside of his body is actually pretty strong. His back, his posterior chain develop easily. So, and we used to do a lot of good mornings, and like I said, when we're worried about recovery, because we do run into recovery issues with him, I'll trim him down to just the basics on the deadlifts. We end up getting our 8 total sets. Only one of them is a really hard set out of the 8. All right, and then the others create metabolic fatigue, and then that's it. This is what we do, and his deadlift continues to go up doing it, all right, without a problem. It works. So again, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this vlog. I didn't include again his transformation. You can see that in vlog number 1 for him to see where he was. Again, people were shocked. They're like, you weren't kidding. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.